everyone, and welcome back to DMG. Let's just do some math really quickly. So, in my PC I've got a front panel module installed that allows me to use a laptop and desktop hard drive stacked just like that in a 5.25 bay. But wait, if that's the same height as one of these, and a laptop CD-ROM is the same thickness as a laptop hard drive, then why are we using these big drives when we could fit a 3.5-inch device under it? Well, turns out there's an adapter for that. That's right, the IcyDock Flex Fit Duo. Not sponsored, but I would highly recommend any IcyDock product because they just make the coolest adapters for things you never thought you would need. So basically, this allows you to save space by mounting a laptop optical drive and a 3.5-inch device in a 5.25 bay instead of just one of these, and I'm actually going to be installing it in my main PC. I'm confident we no longer need that dramatic camera angle. Also, I have a laptop drive coming in the mail that has a bezel. Before I open this box, I want to say don't buy it from eBay. Buy it on Amazon. It's $5 cheaper. Sorry, if you buy it on eBay, you're paying for the eBay seller to drop ship it to you with Amazon. Because I got it, and I got the gift receipt from Amazon in the package from eBay, and it was shipped in an Amazon box, but I bought it off eBay. So the seller literally took $4 extra to just drop ship it. So if you want to buy one of these, know where you're buying it from. Anyway, I've just opened the outer bag, not the actual thing. Also, laptop optical drives use this weird special SATA power connector, and this actually has an adapter to adapt that to regular SATA you'd find on your computer power supply. Oh good, it comes with screws, so I don't have to dig in my bin to find them. Here's your cover for your 3.5-inch bay if you're mounting a hard drive in it. And then I believe this, okay, so this is the back side. This is your cover for this bay if you're not using it. And I think if you're using a disk drive, oh no, I can't get this out. Oh, I see, that's how it goes in. So being a laptop drive, it would just slide along these rails. Now it's a very tight fit, actually. This may never come out. This is not the drive I'm finally going to use, and of course it would go further in, but I can't demonstrate that because it's got this little HP proprietary tail on it. I'm actually just going to go snap that off. So the reason why I really wanted this is ever since I bought that front bay hard drive mount, previously I just had a 5.25 to single 3.5 adapter so that I could use this. And I needed my optical drive, so I thought I'd just use an external memory card reader, but that's a lot less convenient. It's another thing I have to carry around. So now if I use this internal memory card reader, I can still have an optical drive. Now I want to say, laptop optical drives kind of suck compared to desktop ones. I think the fastest laptop optical drive you can get is 32 times read, and desktop optical drives go up to 52 times. So that's, off the top of my head, that's a third of the speed or so. Sorry, 2/3 of the speed or so. Not exactly, though. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll just film this part, what I can now, and then when the laptop optical drive arrives, the one that I bought that has a bezel, I can film the rest. Am I putting this in the right way? Yes, I am. So a lot of these mounting holes are for if you're using a hard drive. Oh, those clips are actually mounts, so you don't need to use screws. That's really convenient. And the plastic color does match pretty well, personally, I think it looks good. And also, I just want to take a look at this power connector really quickly. So there are your laptop drive screws, which that's not a common size, so it's floppy screws, I think hard drive screws, and yeah, more hard drive screws. You know, you can also use an SSD up here, but if you're looking to mount an SSD and hard drive in the same bracket, there are slightly better ones you can use. Yeah, so this is the SATA power connector for laptop drives. I have never seen a SATA laptop drive that does not have this connector. The SATA data port is actually bigger than it. So yeah, this is a very small power port, and it just plugs in as such. And you'd plug your power supply SATA right into there. And it looks like, okay, yeah, so there is a hole in the back where it would plug in. Alright, it's a couple days later, and I've received the DVD drive in the mail. So I'm going to cut this open and install it. And while I'm opening this, I want to say, on the side, I saw there was actually an optional screw for installing this here, the 3.5 bay. So that'll give it a little bit more security. Here we go. This one has a bezel that's flat, unlike my other drive, so it'll look a bit nicer. It has this little appendix on the back, and I'm going to unscrew it. In whatever HP system this came from, that is what would have been used to secure it to the case. However, in our caddy, that will not fit. Not too hard to take off though. So, I have to get it so that it fits between this little ridge here, and it feels really tight. But there we go. Okay, so that actually looks really good. I'll get a clearer, less awful looking shot of it when it's actually installed. Okay, and it looks like there are just screws in the side here. And I'm glad that the screw bags are labeled, because I know my screw sizes for like motherboard, power supply, and hard drive, but for less standard things like laptop optical drive that you often don't, that you don't work on very often, it's very helpful to have that. Oh, there's actually only one screw, and it's right there. Okay. So it's not super securely held, but I don't think it will be a problem. And you can see in the back there, your SATA connector and power connector are just barely exposed, which is where you would use this adapter to make it a regular SATA. And while I'm here, I don't really need to show it, but I'm going to screw in the 3.5 drive as well. Okay, because of the cramped space in which this computer lives, I won't be able to show the full install process because I can't fit both me and the camera in there. Okay, here it is, all plugged in. Took maybe 5 minutes to install, and it's mainly because of this fiddly clamp thing that HP uses. The fit and finish of it is okay. It doesn't fit perfectly, and the plastic color of this bezel doesn't really match the rest of any of the workstation. If they had just made it the color of this, or, this, that would have been better. But, it looks fine, and it does its job. Now, I do think it looks kind of nice. The width of this and this do perfectly match up, so that is a little satisfying. And in a couple minutes, I'll power on the workstation, test it out. You can kind of see, I've got the SATA connector going into the drive, and, there's other stuff up here. But I also have this cable is the USB connector going into the board. And of course I need to connect both so that I get the card reader and SATA DVD drive. Alright, now I'm going to test the drive. I have this disc here with my games on it. The ones that I made years ago that I used Oh, I forgot, the eject button isn't there anymore. I have to manually push it back in. It looks like it goes in smoothly as it should. First of all, might as well check it out here. SU, wait, SU 108GB. I guess GB is just like the model number because I don't think there's any optical media that's 108 gigabytes. Anyway, yeah, that's what it can read. Display 1, here we go. Okay, so you can probably hear the drive right now. Spinning up, reading, all of that good stuff. And once you're in the game and everything's loading, you'll get a couple frame drops if you're loading from a drive, but it performs like it should on a high-end PC. That's more than enough to run a Unity game. Yeah, so we've confirmed the drive works. Now I want to try the next test. SD card. Now, I use like 32 and 64 gig cards for my cameras, depending on, which camera it is and what resolution. Okay, we got an access light. Yeah, it works. If I hit eject, does the DVD drive pop out the disc? Yes, it does. That's nice. And then, I should just be able to eject this. Boom. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it works. So overall, I'd rate this adapter probably a 9 out of a 10. The fit and finish is okay. Let's remember that this is a piece of plastic, so you shouldn't be expecting too much because really all it's doing is just changing the screw hole size. So I really have nothing to complain about because it changes the screw hole size effectively. I do wish that the color was, matched the rest of this stuff, and I do wish that the screw holes you know, on the side of the 3.5 drive were a bit better spaced so that it didn't like squeeze the adapter so you can't fit it in the case if you screw them in too tight. That's a problem I ran into. But overall, I'd give it a great rating. That's it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching. Definitely recommend this if you'd like to save some space. Subscribe if you enjoyed. See you next time.